Good morning and welcome to another episode 20 of Morning Buzz with the Energy Guy. I'm Tom Moore, your weekly host. Our show drops at 7 a.m., maybe 6 a.m., I can't recall, every Saturday morning. And I'm taping the show today. Today is Halloween, October 31st, but we'll just assume and pretend it's the day that we're actually dropping the show on Saturday, November 1st. Speaking of time, don't forget that we set our clocks back on Sunday at 2 a.m. officially. So I would suggest you set them back before you go to bed Saturday night because you want to be at church on time. You don't want to be an hour early necessarily, but I guess you could be. But yeah, we fall back and we spring forward. So if you ever forget that, that's what you need to recall is fall back 1 hour and spring forward 1 hour. But it seems like all of a sudden it's here, and now we have Halloween behind us. And before you know it, it'll be Thanksgiving, and then in lickety split, it'll be Christmas. So hold on, get ready for the ride. It'll be here before you know it. Speaking of Christmas, we're going to be talking about some electronic gifts a little later that are new, cutting edge things that perhaps you haven't heard of that might be a gift for someone that seems to have everything. So we're going to talk about those. That's going to be the brunt of our show today. But I did want to fill you in a little bit about last Saturday, a week ago. We married our daughter off. Our daughter Dahlia married Travis Davis. So Mr. and Mrs. Davis are officially 1 week into their marriage. And they are about to leave on a cruise. So excited for them. I'm not sure if they leave Saturday or today or Sunday. But they're going to have a good time. I think it's like 4 or 5 nights, so it's going to be a good time. But the wedding was great. The reception was great. It was a sunrise service. We started like about 7:05 a.m. The temperature wasn't too bad. I think it was in the mid 40s, but it was great. We had a solo violinist come over from Lubbock. She plays for the Lubbock Symphony and played some songs that I was able to choose. My daughter just said, you know what, I need help. And Dad, you know my taste in music. So I got to choose all of her songs. I think there were 6 total, but just a very intimate, beautiful wedding and reception. So this is a kind of a milestone. This is our 20th show. And, time flies when you're having fun with Morning Buzz with Energy Guy. Don't you just love it when I do that? I do. I'll probably do it at least one more time before the end of the show. And when I was thinking about things we've done for a long time, so yeah, this is our 20th episode, which is hard to believe. But in thinking about things that we've done here at the Cooperative for a long time, this popped up on my Facebook page today, and it was linked to Ask This Old House, which is produced by Public Broadcasting System, and locally you can see the show on KENW PBS television out of the college over at Portales Eastern New Mexico University. And for those outside of New Mexico that may not be familiar with Eastern New Mexico, that's where I graduated. I got a bachelor's degree there and started out at Texas Tech. Got about half my education there and about half at Eastern, but was able to finish close to home. I'm from Clovis. But Eastern is the 3rd largest university in the state of New Mexico, and their mascot are the Greyhounds. And they have actually a national championship, at least one. Basketball, I believe, in 1968. They were the NAIA national champions. Now they're NAIA Division II. NCAA Division II, I believe now. But they they host this show and called Ask This Old House, and it's a great show. I've been watching it for years, and Farmers Electric has been the local corporate partner in sponsorship for the show for 20 years, and we're proud of that. But if you know, so it is on cable television, channel 3, channel 3-1 is in high def, and channel 3-2. But locally, channel 3 on your cable provider, and if you don't have cable, you have an antenna, you can pick it up there and view it for free. So yes, and there's several translators out of Clovis. Probably you can pick up 8 to 10 stations in high def. So just a super great, clear picture, and it's free. Hard to believe there's anything free, but it is actually free. So the show airs Saturday on 3-1 high def at 11:30 a.m. Mountain Time and at 1 p.m. And then later on Saturday on channel 3-2 at 4 p.m. And so I put a link on our Facebook page, Morning Buzz with the Energy Guy, so that you can also watch the current and archived shows. But it's for those of you that are working on an old house or just have a small project on a newer house, this is a great show to follow. And I promise you'll learn something every week. I've mentioned this before, but our house is going on 80 years. I think it's 78 years built built in 1947. We've got an old farmhouse north of Clovis, and it's too big for the two of us, but we enjoy the land and kind of a little mini farm. We've got 10 acres and have chickens and have a pretty good sized garden, but I have learned so much from watching Ask This Old House over the years, and it's really helped me save some money and cut some corners perhaps, and just a good show overall. So I encourage you to watch that. So we're almost 8 minutes into the program. I want to talk a little bit about new cutting-edge electronic gadgets and ideas for those that seem to have everything. Great Christmas ideas. And I did some research and found a few things, and they're very unique. But this first thing was pretty cool. And I really want you to think about looking these things up and see if someone on your Christmas list may want something very unique, or perhaps you've got a party where company party where you're going to exchange gifts. These gifts right here would go over very well at those. Now, the first two are kind of expensive, and then the last two, I'm going to talk about 4 total, are a little more for the budget-minded folks, and like me, kind of a penny pincher. I've been told I squeak when I walk. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I am kind of tight. This CNEU Smart Car Air Freshener, new smell experience by Ultrasonic Mist, auto on and off, powerful built-in battery, natural fragrance, adjustable car freshener, and with cologne scent. So that's the title. Now let's talk a little bit about it. It's got ultrasonic mist for more engaging. This car air freshener bursts a visible fragrance in your car, staying by your side and enhancing your sensory experience. I'm not sure who wrote these, but they're interesting. Turning every drive into a more refreshing and engaging journey. Premium durable quality, made with aluminum alloy exterior and dual leak prevention. Also, 1-year CNEU care can quickly respond to any issues within 12 hours. So that's nice to know. Auto on and off for easy use. This smart car air freshener, and it looks like you can't see it, but it looks like it sits right, like it's the size of a Coke can or a soda pop can, and it sits right in one of the holders up front. The smart air freshener intelligently detects car movement intelligently. Turning on and off automatically. No more manual operation. Just enjoy an effortless drive. So apparently it helps you drive as well, which is cool. Long-lasting battery life. Powerful built-in battery gets up to 2 months of use from 2-hour charge, ensuring your car fresheners last a long time without the hassle of frequent recharging. Now, I don't know about these fragrances. It says cologne, so I'm guessing there's an option for fragrances, but sounded pretty cool. One refill can last for up to 4 months with the fragrance. Enjoy pure, natural, non-alcoholic French fragrances from SGS Certified. And this is the Scene EU Smart Car Air Freshener. And that retails for under $100, or right around $100. This was cool. Night vision goggles, 4K night vision binoculars with 500 mAh rechargeable battery, 32 gigabyte TF card, can save photo and video, 3-inch HD screen for camping and security, and it is black. Here's a little more about this item. You can clearly see in darkness. The night vision goggles can take photos, record a video, and play back. You can capture high-definition photos and videos with this outstanding optical clarity in the daytime, low light, or nighttime. Full high 4K video and 36 MP picture. The night vision binoculars achieves 4K HD video and 36 million pixel photos. The motion detection function can be turned on when shooting videos of running animals, and the pictures also have an anti-shake function. 3-inch large HD display, night vision goggles with 3-inch screen allowing you to view crystal clear photos and videos, 25 millimeter objective, aperture, and 5x digital zoom. A view offer you more full field. Perfect your outdoor activities, security and surveillance, camping, watching wildlife, and scenery. It's got a rechargeable lithium battery, built-in lithium-ion rechargeable cell. The infrared high-tech night vision binoculars features 850 nm infrared illuminator, which allows you to view animals in pitch dark for hours. More features: easily transfer videos and images to your computer using the included Type-C cable, perfect for editing and sharing. With an excellent waterproof rating, it stands up to tough environments while compatible with standard 1/4 inch tripod, enables convenient hands-free use. Yeah, that's a lot of functions and a lot of things I don't quite understand. But they look pretty cool. And again, for those people that seem to have everything, or a Christmas party, or just whatever you think, under $100. Now, here's a couple for those that are a little more budget-minded. This is the LC Dolita Sleep Headphones, 3D Sleep Mask, Bluetooth Wireless Music Eye Mask, sleeping headphones for side sleepers, and sleep mask with Bluetooth headphones, ultra-thin stereo speakers, perfect for sleeping. So sleep headphones and Bluetooth sleep mask and sleep eye mask, 3-in-1. There's a lot of folks that need total darkness to sleep. I'm not one of them. I can actually sleep with the lights on, and I can sleep with the lights off. I can TV off, no noise, no TV. I can sleep just about anywhere. The best place for me to sleep, and some of you may be this way too, is on a plane. I mean, it's like the engines, just taxiing on the runway are like singing a lullaby to me, because I am out. And I mean, I don't really care for service during a flight. I would just prefer the sleep. And oftentimes we take red-eye flights in the morning, early morning, like 6 a.m. And it's nice to be able to catch up on the sleep you missed out on, getting to the airport and waiting for your flight. So, yeah, my wife can't. She just can't. She tries, but she can't sleep. And she knows not even to engage me, because we're on the tarmac and I'm nodding off already before we even start moving. I just thought I'd mention there's others I've talked to that have that same issue, I guess. I don't know. I call it a blessing, but anyway, these sleep headphones sound pretty cool. Sleep headphones, Bluetooth sleep mask, and sleep eye mask, 3-in-1. Said I already mentioned that. Bluetooth 5.4 wireless connection earphones, high definition stereo sound and long battery life, 3D contoured Bluetooth eye mask, comfortable fabric and perfect light block. And my daughter's one of those that can't sleep with any light, so she wears one of those masks and or eye covers. And I don't know why she wasn't like that growing up, but apparently sometime between the time she left us and went to college until now, she needs those things. And I don't know. She listened to the show, so she can correct me later if she's not still wearing those. But a lot of people do. A friend of mine I talked to recently said he does, and I hope he's listening, because then he can go buy one of these. It's the best sleep tool and cool gift idea out there for under $30. So like I said, for those that are a little more budget minded. And again, these would be great gifts for a Christmas party or a family gift exchange, elephant gift, you name it. It's good to have these things like this around Christmas time, and when you get together with a lot of folks, friends and family, and have fun exchanging gifts. And so keep these in mind. Here's one more I'll talk about, and it's the Toil Light. It's original toilet bowl nightlight. I told you these are original, so these things could be something you've never heard of or seen before. And I want to tell you, I want to illustrate this for you because they look pretty cool. They look like an egg, like a chicken egg, but they are luminous and probably can be controlled they're probably LED and can be a number of different colors. But rather than go to the bathroom and not be able to see in the middle of the night and have to take your phone or whatever and turn on, if you turn on a bathroom light when it's 3 a.m, you're awake, and if you're tempted to take your phone and look at that while you're in the bathroom, I hate to talk about bathroom habits too much, but you're going to have a hard time going back to sleep. So this is a convenient toilet light that will enable you to go to the bathroom, take care of business, and go back to bed and not be fully awake. But it's fun, useful bathroom motion sensor tech gadget. It's a funny novelty, birthday gift idea, Christmas gift, stocking stuffer for him or her. Durable, adjustable arm LED diode. They're waterproof for long-lasting use. Motion and light sensor. Lights up when you approach at night to prevent waking from bright lights. I just mentioned that. Battery powered, uses 3 AAA batteries that are not included, but I don't think most batteries are included. Energy efficient. Hey, that's good to know. That's what this show's all about. Batteries last at least 6 months with active use. Universal fit, installs in 5 seconds. These descriptions crack me up, but yeah, I don't know. Technical writers, maybe from another country, perhaps as English as a second language, might have written some of these, so that's why they're kind of comical. Stays in place and doesn't interfere with toilet use. That's good to know. You don't want interference there. Discreet and works whether the seat is raised or not. So there's the him or her. Does not interfere with closing of the lid, the toilet lid. Multiple color modes. I mentioned that. Again, they're cool looking. It looks like an egg. Now, I don't know, how you protect that egg-shaped light from getting, dirty. But choose from color rotation or 8 single color modes: blue, red, pink, green, baby blue, purple, yellow, white. Hygienic design, crafted to stay clean and sanitary. apparently they didn't test my boys, through the testing period on these. Wide sensor angle for optimal setup ensures proper lighting every time. Now this is really cool gadget. Again, great stocking stuffer for your in-laws, your son-in-law, your daughter-in-law, your children, friends, co-workers. Retails for around $10. So look those up. That's always a fun section. And I never take, I'm great at giving advice, but I'm terrible at taking it. So we have a gift exchange here at work, and that's coming up pretty quickly. Probably the beginning of the second week in December, we're going to have our little Christmas party here. And, I'll wait till the last minute and I'll think, well, let's see what I've got. And I've got a lot of, I'm kind of nutty about buying things and having them for years without opening them. I just can't hardly stand finding a really good deal at a big box store or one of the stores downtown. And I can't resist a bargain. And I don't necessarily need it when I buy it, but I just put them aside and I really want for nothing at this point in my life. I got everything I need. And I think the older you get, you have a more tendency to value just, waking up and breathing again rather than what kind of gift you can get. But be that as it may, I have a lot of things that are brand new. So sometimes, the night before a Christmas party, I'm shopping from, Store of Tom, in my basement where I've got a lot of this stuff stored, and always bring something interesting and fun and desirable, I guess. But I said that I don't take my own advice. I read those off to you, but likely won't order any of those. But maybe I will. Maybe this is where I'll turn the corner and take my own advice. But not often do I take my own advice. But have fun this year when you're. That's the fun of Christmas. We got a free gift from the Lord in the form of Jesus, and that's what Christmas is all about. And the free gift of salvation. And giving is the most important part of the Christmas season. So for me, it's always the most fun and joyful thing to do is to watch people's reaction when they give them something. And this is just a life hack, I guess I could say. You guys particularly, listen to your spouse, listen to your wife throughout the year, and make mental notes or just text yourself as soon as she says, I'd sure like one of those things. And it may be in May. It may be in July or September. It may be 2 weeks before Christmas. I've always wanted one of those. Boy, isn't that beautiful? I'd sure love to have that. Make a mental note or text yourself and follow through. Get it for her. And she'll be shocked. You're welcome. Life hack. 24 minutes after the hour. So we got a little time left. Hope you don't mind me getting off the energy efficiency, although one of those cool gifts said it was energy efficient. So, but it's fun to get off track a little bit and just talk about things that might interest people. This day in history, November 1st, Lyle Lovett, Grammy-winning American singer-songwriter who injected country music with elements of folk and jazz, was born in 1957. Happy birthday, Lyle Lovett. Also, Toni Collette, born this day in 1972. She's a versatile Australian actress best known for The Sixth Sense, Little Miss Sunshine, and Hereditary. So happy birthday, Toni, born in 1972 on November 1st. On this day in history, November 1st, 1765, the Stamp Act goes into effect in the American colonies. In the face of widespread opposition in the American colonies, the Stamp Act goes into effect. The taxation measure is designed to raise revenue for British military operations in America. Defense of the American colonies in the French and Indian Wars from 1754 to 1763 and Pontiac's Rebellion in 1763 and 64 were costly affairs for Great Britain, and Prime Minister George Grenville hoped to recover some of those costs by taxing the colonists. In 1764, the Sugar Act was enacted, putting a high duty on refined sugar. Although resented, the Sugar Tax Act was hidden in the cost of import duties, and most colonists accepted it. The Stamp Act, however, was a direct tax on the colonists and led to an uproar in America over an issue that was to be a major cause of the Revolution: taxation without representation. You've heard that before. So Stamp Act of 1765 was a thorn in a bunch of Americans' lives. 1946, the first NBA game was played. On November 1st, 1946, the New York Knickerbockers beat the Toronto Huskies in the first NBA game, 68-66. A lot of defensive played, not a lot of offense. Probably didn't have the three-pointer, I'm guessing, and shot their free throws underhanded. Excuse me. If you ever have time, go back and watch some of those that have some video on YouTube. They're kind of funny to watch, but great athletes, but just a different time. The Knickerbockers are led by guard Leo Gottlieb, who scored 14 points in the game, played before 7,090 fans at the Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, 1946, first NBA game. 1952, the United States tests first hydrogen bomb. So the United States detonates the world's first thermonuclear weapon, the hydrogen bomb, on Enewetak Atoll in the Pacific Ocean. The test gave the United States a short-lived advantage in the nuclear arms race with the Soviet Union. And I heard that President Trump, this past Thursday, I believe, he was in Asia, and he'd struck up like 3 deals with Asian countries, including Japan and maybe perhaps Indonesia and one more. I can't recall. Vietnam, maybe. I'm not sure. But he met with President Xi of China, and that was one of the deals. They struck up some kind of deal on trade. And about the time he was leaving, got on the plane, he calls Secretary of War Hegseth and says, "We need to start testing our nukes again." And, he calls himself the master negotiator, and maybe that's part of it, I guess. But we haven't tested, the United States hasn't tested nuclear weapons since 1992, and that was a voluntary stoppage. We did that on our own. So that would have been probably during the Clinton administration. I can't recall his first 4 years in office. But apparently we're going to start testing them again. I think that makes sense. Just as you want them to work if you need them, and just kind of as a subtle reminder to the rest of the world that we still have them and they work. So 29 minutes, almost hit 30 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, who needs coffee in the morning when you've got Morning Buzz with the Energy Guy? And I told you I was going to do that again. Morning Buzz with the Energy Guy, the only podcast awarded the prestigious Energy Star label. We will see you next time, same place. Morning Buzz with the Energy Guys. Take care.